You know, when the world goes quiet, no alarms, no schedules, time just feels different. It can stretch or slow down or almost feel like it's not even there. So tonight, we're going to explore a simple, but yeah, a pretty unsettling question. What if time isn't actually real?
This quote from St. Augustine, written over 1600 years ago, just nails it, doesn't it? We all feel time, we live our lives by it, but the second you try to grab it, to explain what it is, the words just fall apart. It's an ancient puzzle, and as we're about to see, modern science has only made the whole thing weirder. So, before we dive into the deep end with physics, let's start with something we all know firsthand, our own personal experience of time. Because let's be honest, the time on a clock and the time inside our heads are two totally different beasts.
We have all felt this, right? I mean, the agonizing crawl of the last 10 minutes before you clock out for the day versus how an amazing night out with friends just vanishes in a blink. This tells us something really profound. Our internal experience of time isn't some steady, reliable tick-tock. It's flexible, it's emotional, and it is deeply, deeply personal.
Well, this feeling actually has a name. It's called psychological time. It's our subjective sense of how long something takes, and it's all shaped by what we're paying attention to and how we're feeling. And this raises a really key idea. Maybe time isn't just something that happens to us. Maybe, just maybe, it's something we're helping to create in our own minds.
But that personal feeling of time, that's exactly where things start to get strange. Because it clashes, and I mean dramatically, with what modern physics tells us about the nature of reality. There's this huge gap between our gut feeling and the science.
This chart just lays out the conflict perfectly. On the left, you've got our common sense view, what we feel every day. There's one now for everybody. Time flows forward like a river. The past is gone. The future isn't written. Makes sense, right? But then on the right, you've got Einstein's relativity, and it suggests there's no universal now. My present could actually be in your past. It says time isn't a river, but just one dimension in a static four-dimensional block, where the past, the present, and the future are all equally real.
This wild idea is called the block universe. So think of it like a loaf of bread, okay? Each slice is a different moment in time. From outside the loaf, the whole thing, past, present, and future, exists all at once. We're just living inside it, experiencing one slice at a time, which creates this powerful illusion that time is passing. It's a shocking idea because it means the future might already be out there, just as real and solid as the past.
But hold on, what if we take this even further? I mean, the block universe still treats time as a real thing, as a dimension. What if it's not a fundamental part of reality at all? This is the truly radical idea from a physicist named Julian Barber.
Barber's whole point is that we don't need some invisible river of time to explain why things change. What's actually real, he says, is just the relationship between objects. So change isn't a thing moving through time, it's just the universe shifting from one configuration of stuff to another. That's it. And Barber calls this landscape of every possible arrangement Platonia. Just try to imagine a vast, timeless country where every single point is a complete snapshot of the universe, one possible now. A moment with a dinosaur standing right there, a moment of you watching this right now, a moment when the very last star in the universe burns out. They're all just different points in this static, timeless space.
Okay, so if reality is just a collection of these static snapshots, how in the world do we feel time passing? Well, here's Barber's theory, broken down. First, reality is just a series of these static nows. Second, and this is key, each now contains records of other nows, like memories stored in your brain or fossils trapped in rock. And third, our brain acts as an interpreter. It sees these consistent records within each moment, and it strings them all together, creating the powerful illusion of a flowing river of time.
Okay, let's pull back from the deep, deep end of physics for a second, because whether time is a river or a block or a complete illusion, these ideas have some seriously profound implications for how we live our lives and, how we feel.
Just think about it for a minute. Where do our most difficult emotions tend to live? Anxiety, that's almost always a fear of the future, right? Of what might happen. And regret, well, that's a sorrow that's anchored firmly in the past, in what already happened. Both of them have this incredible power to pull us out of the only place we ever actually exist, right here, right now.
We have this deep, constant background fear of running out of time. But if the past is really just a story we're remembering, and the future is just a story we're imagining, what are we actually running out of?
Maybe this whole perspective offers a kind of freedom. Instead of seeing life as this frantic race against a clock, we can start to see it as a journey through a series of moments,
a series of nows. The goal isn't to get to the end faster or to hoard more seconds. The goal is simply to be aware in the moment we happen to be in. And maybe that's enough.
So, we'll end with this thought. We started out trying to define time as something outside of us, a clock, a river, a dimension. But maybe that was the mistake all along. Maybe time isn't the container that holds our lives. Maybe our consciousness, our awareness, maybe that's what gives shape to time itself. And for tonight, that is a pretty incredible idea to just sit with.